morning student. In part first of the video, we have discussed about the functions and we had seen one example of user defined functions through the implementation. Okay, today we are going to explain about types of functions in Python. Basically, there are three types of function in Python. First one is built-in function, second one is module function, and third one is user defined function. Okay, talking about built-in function in Python. In class 11, you have studied some built-in functions like print function you have studied, input function you have studied, int function you have studied, list function you have studied, and many more are there. One more thing you have to keep in your mind ki how you will identify ki that one is a function or not. See here. See, if after the keyword parenthesis is there, then we call it is a function. Like here, print is a keyword and after that parenthesis is there, it means print is a function. Got it? Okay. Now talking about module function. Module functions are also predefined functions in Python, but for using module functions we have to import some libraries. Like example I am giving here, sqrt. See you, sqrt is a function. It is also a predefined function in a Python, but for using sqrt function we have to import math library. This statement we have to write in our Python shell. Then after this line will be executed, otherwise not. Like example here, see, first of all you have to import math. This statement you have to write. Then after, if we will write this statement math.sqrt 9, then your output will be 3. It means it will be this function will calculate the square root of any number. Got it? Okay. And many more functions are there like math.pow, power function. It is also a module functions and its predefined library is math. Okay. Talking about user defined function, a function which is defined by the user or programmer is called user defined function, and this one is the important topic because your all chapter is based on this topic only. Got it? See the syntax of user defined function. You have to use keyword def, def. Then after you have to give the function name. Function name you have to give by using the rule of identifier. Then after, third one is argument. Basically three parts of a function. First one is def keyword, then after function name, then after argument. Then after indentation you have to put the logic here. And this part of the function is this whole part of the function is declaration part of the function, as I told you in first part, and this part is the calling part of the function. Got it? Example you can see here, a simple example. Def keyword, name of the function is sum. You can give any other name as per your choice, but basically we are giving that name which is suitable for the program. Here a and b are the arguments. There are two types of arguments. First one is formal argument. There are two types of argument. First one is formal arguments and second one is actual arguments that we will study later on chapters. Okay. Now see here, this is the declaration part of the function. Indentation, this is the logic of the function. Logic what? Simply addition of two number, and we have displayed here the addition of two number which is stored in C. Then after two variables I have taken here, x and y, and value we have initialized here 10 and 20. Then after we had called here this function. This is the calling part. If we will run this code in our system, then our output will be what? Our output will be 30. Now I will explain you what the working of this code fragment. See here the working of this program. The value of x is 10 here and the value of y is 20 here. The value of x will be reflected here and the value of y will be reflected here. Actually the working of the function is based on the matching of the arguments, matching of the formal arguments to actual arguments. Here when we passed argument at the time of calling of the function, this is the calling part. When we pass the value at the time of calling of the function, then we called it actual argument, and when we pass the arguments at the time of definition of the function, then we called it formal arguments. So basically value passed from the actual arguments to the formal arguments. Here the value of x is going to here to the formal arguments a, and the value of y going to the formal argument b. Here xy works as an actual argument and ab works as formal argument. Okay, then the value of a will be 10 here and the value of b will be 20 here. 10 will be here and 20 will be here, and sum will be saved on C, and we have printed C here. Then your output will be 30. This is the working of this code fragment. Okay. Now whatever I had explained in first part and second part, that on that you have to work. Except wide and non-wide function I will explain you in next part. Okay.
देख लो सही है, मतलब बोलने की जरूरत ही नहीं है इसमें।